Last week, I designed my 2026 brand new Plum planner and it has magically arrived. So I'm excited to unbox it for you now. All right, I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm so excited about this. I got it early, so I ordered it. It is October, and because you can customize it, I added October, November, and December of 2025 to the full 12-month 2026. I'm really excited to just start using it today. It's a little tip because I can never wait until the following year to just be like, it's January 1st, time for my planner. So very excited. All right, so all of my Plum planners have come packaged really carefully. You get it in bubble wrap. I am on the East Coast and this ships from California. So I'm gonna open it up. Oh my gosh, and I just love it already. I just love it. So I decided to do minimal upgrades, not get a bunch of extra stuff because I just wind up not needing it. But one of the things I always do for I think $1.95 is this clear cover. Now you don't have to get this. You can just get this regular cover, and I will say it does seem pretty sturdy, right? Like it seems like I could pour water on it. I mean, I don't recommend that, but it feels sturdy and I just like it. I like how simple it is. My last several, I can show you, have all been floral cover, some type of flower in a monogram, and this time I just wanted something different. I really like this. So I kind of like it without that clear cover better because it gets shiny and it takes away from the cover, but if you're traveling a lot or moving it around, it helps protect it. So this is the cover that I got. I forget what it's called, but it's like a navy and slate blue combo. It's got this little stripe down the middle and it looks like it's like an orangey rose gold. It's not shiny, but it's really pretty. And then I got my initials real small in the corner. I feel like I usually do something at the top or the middle, but this time I just went with subtle here. So I really like that. All right, so it comes with this insert, not a ton of extra bells and whistles, which is fine. Sometimes I feel like when you order stuff, you get extra stickers and this ruler and that ruler and a bookmark, and it's like too much. So you get a little insert, and yeah, I'm just gonna open it. So we have got the opening page this planner belongs to, and I feel like the second you touch it, you can feel how good quality and thick the paper is. It's just really nice. You flip it over and you get the 2025 and 2026 year at a glance, which of course I love. I love how you have lots of white space here so you can jot down things if you want, but you also have the special dates here, right? So it goes January to December, and then you go into ideas, plans, and goals. So I did mention a moment ago that I'm starting this in 2025. Now this is only gonna be for 2026, which is fine. And then here, your ideas, plans, and goals. I mean, you could do this dated, you could do this quarterly, you could really divide this up however you want it, but lots of space for that. Another thing I'll say is that I was really torn. I was like, do I get the A5 instead of the 7x9, which is the small versus the medium? And I had the large one year, which was enormous. So I'm not doing large planners anymore. I just can't make it work. But this, I look at it and I'm really glad. I'm really glad I got this. I just like a medium planner better. I do want to try an A5 one year. I always imagine, I mean, it's obviously hard to tell here, but like an A5 like being like this big, but I actually think it's a little bigger than that. But for the time being, I really like this. Now, speaking of size, I'll also show you like in terms of like thickness, I guess it's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, it's probably about, I would say 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. So it definitely is not tiny, but that's fine with me. So I'm gonna keep flipping through. So yes, like I said, we're in October and you open up, I picked the neutral. I think I picked like the neutral gray. I can't remember, I'll have to find out on that. But I didn't want a bunch of colors. I wanted it to be simple because I feel like when you get the colors, if you then decide to do any type of like color coding with highlighters, pens, you decide to do a theme with stickers, you're like, well, I already have a color in there. Like, how do I make it match? So I wanted neutral. Now, September, I did a million things. I did like 6 months of to-dos in a month because I knew the holidays were coming and I was gonna get busy. And I used an old Plum planner and I just wrote everything I wanted to get done in September on this page, like in my old planner. So I think I'll use this column for those to-dos, but I just like that you get this October grid box, you get some dotted to-dos here, you get 2 open boxes and a full page before you go over to your monthly. So this is my monthly. I added a bunch of different holidays. We've got the unlined. I just didn't like the lines. I thought it made it too busy. And I started on Sunday and ended on Saturday. And guess what? That's pretty much it. That's the planner. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. I usually have had a weekly and I just am not doing well with the weeklies. I feel like I put a bunch of stuff down and then it's the next week. And then I'm like, wait, I need to transfer all my old stuff to my new stuff. And someone left me a comment once suggesting a parking lot, which I have done before. But then what happens is I've got a parking lot for work stuff and a parking lot for my personal and a parking lot for this birthday party that I'm planning. And like there's just papers everywhere and it's feeling a little chaotic. So I decided to not do a weekly. I just got a monthly for 2 reasons. So that's reason number 1. If I want, I can, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 pages, which is like 5 sheets of lined paper per month. So my goal here is to kind of get those like categories going throughout here, maybe using actual Post-its, maybe not, we'll see. But getting myself organized that way, that is one thing that I've never tried. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. The other thing is that I can't just throw planners away and they feel special to me. And I wanna do a little bit more of journaling, memory collection, stuff like that. So I'm gonna give that a shot and we'll see how it goes, but that's pretty much it. I decided not to go with a weekly planner. Who knows, you know, I'm wild and maybe I'll be back in February and I'm like, I had to go get an Ecolo planner, or I changed my mind and I got an A5 Plum. So bear with me, we're gonna try this, but I just wanted it to have a little bit more flexibility. So that's it. I got, as I said, October, November, and December, which I love that you can add the previous few months, or you can really customize it and make it exactly the time frame that you want. And then it starts here in January of 2026 and it goes through all of the rest of the month, and we can flip to the back to the notes section. So this notes section here, I did get some extra pages just because I didn't want it to be too thick by adding literally another quarter of a year to this planner, but I did add a few extra note pages because sometimes you just need them. Whether it's organization, you're starting a holiday list, you're going to a meeting and you need to jot something down. It's not like your primary area of taking notes, but you want to write stuff down. I put the extra lines in there and that's pretty much it. So you get a few sheets of this dot grid. You get a contact page. Actually 2 contact pages. And then you get a password thing. I've been saying this for years, don't use this, don't write your passwords down, get like an online password keeper. But I mean, you could use this, you could repurpose this page for something else. And then it sounds like the year of the future, 2027. That's crazy. Okay, so we have the 2027 at a glance here. Now, unlike the front of the planner, you remember the front of the planner, and see, look how like nice it is to like, it just like, I like the coil. I know you can get disc or you can get it loose. It just flips so easily in the coil. So here in the front of the planner, you get 6 months per page. So 2026, half is here, but 2027 is all here. So it's a little at a glance for what's to come. And then here you get a double-sided folder. So here, here, and that is it. Now my back one here doesn't have that personalization, that back cover. It's only on the front cover. So there you have it. I am really excited to try something new. Like I said, I've never done this combo planner journal before. It really doesn't feel as much like a planner to me. In a way, it feels a lot like a notebook, but it is chunked by month. So if you've ever done anything like this, any type of like scrapbook, planner, or journal planner combo, let me know. And if you have any tips, I would love to hear them, just because I haven't done it, but I want it to be something where I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was so special. And I don't know, I get to like remember the little things. Like I feel like you remember through pictures, the big memories and just the things that are so obvious, huge events like weddings and holidays and things like that. But the smaller things you just tend to forget. But if you write them down, you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, like that was such a sweet moment or such a funny little thing that happened, but your memory would never keep it for you. So that's what my goal is for this. So if you have any advice, I would love to hear it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will make sure to come back in a few months and do a little recap. Hopefully I haven't completely gone off the rails and I'm not back in January like, I can't do this isn't working, I need a new planner. Spent way too much money on this to be changing my mind so soon, so hopefully that won't happen. Another tip is if you want to order a Plum planner, I recommend waiting, if you can, until Black Friday because they have the best deals. I did not wait for a sale because I really wanted to get this now, and it was just, you know, wait for a sale if you can. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.